Introspective by Oliver Tree is going to be played in standard tuning and will be based around the chords of, well, really a bunch of chords, but the first one is going to be an A. You're going to have an open 5-string. You'll use your first finger to just bar across the strings 4, 3, and 2 on the 2nd fret, and you will pluck down with your pick 5, 4, and then 2, 3, 4 to get a feel like that's 5, 4, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go to a D chord. So for the D chord, you'll have an open 4th string. You'll put your first finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret. You'll put your ring finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret. And usually D chord has something on the 1st string 2nd fret as well, but you can just leave that off altogether because you're not going to hit the 1st string. You're just going to go 4, 3, 2 in a pattern like this. 4, 3, 2. Then you're going to go to a B chord. This is going to be a bar chord and probably one of the most difficult chords of the song. You're going to put your first finger on the 5 string 2 fret and then use your pinky finger, or I use my pinky finger. You might want to use your ring finger if you're not that proficient with your pinky finger, but use some other finger to then bar across the 4th fret of strings 4, 3, and 2. And you will go 5, 4, 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4 in the same fashion that you did in the A chord. So we've got an A chord to a D chord. Also in that D chord, make sure that you let that 2nd string ring out. Don't mute it. Then the B chord, and then you'll go to an E chord. 2nd finger to the 5th string 2nd fret, ring finger to the 4th string 2nd fret, 1st finger to the 3rd string 1st fret, and you'll go. So that's an open 6th string, plucking the 5 string, and then plucking the open 1 string. And it repeats. The second part of the song to learn also comes out of an A chord, but it's not a standard A chord. It's going to be a higher A chord. I've got my first finger on the 4th string 7th fret. I've got my pinky finger on the 3rd string 9th fret, and then I'm going to be strumming and plucking the open 5 string down on that, and then just up across the 3 and 4 strings, down, up, just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up across these chords. And you want to try to avoid the open 6 string in this chord, just the 5, 4, and 3 strings. Then you're going to go to this chord right here. I am moving, and this is kind of a difficult chord too if you're not familiar with how to make it. Feel free to use whatever fingers of your left hand to make this chord if you that you want to. This is just most efficient for me. So I've got my 2nd finger on the 6th string 7th fret. I've got my ring finger on the 4th string 7th fret. I'm not playing anything on the 5 string. In fact, my 2nd finger is muting out the 5 string. And then I've got my pinky finger on the 3 string 8th fret. And I'm letting my pinky finger and just the rest of my hand mute out also strings 1 and 2, so that I can do the same down, up, down, up, down, up feel across this chord. Then I'm going to a D chord. For this, I'm going to put my first finger on the 5th string 5th fret, ring finger on the 4th string 7th fret, and then pinky finger on the 3 string 7th fret, and same down, up motion across strings 5, 4, and 3. Being careful to not let the open 6 string ring out or the open 1 and 2 strings ring out. And then to an A chord. The way it sounds like this A chord is being made is more of kind of a bar configuration, but you're not actually barring the string. So for the last chord of this second part, the last chord of this second part that we're learning, I'm moving my first finger to the 6th string 5th fret. My ring finger is staying on the 4th string 7th fret, and my 2nd finger is dropping down to the 3 string 6th fret, and my pinky finger's coming up all together. And so my first finger is muting out the 5th string, similar to what I was doing in other chords, so that I can go down, up, down, up, down, up across this chord without the strings that I'm not fretting ringing out. The last part of this song to learn, I guess we can call it a bridge, that part. The chords to it actually are an F sharp minor. Let me tell you the chords and then I'll show you what I'm plucking. But if you just want to strum the chords, it's an F sharp minor. That'd be barring with your first finger across the 2nd fret, ring finger to the 5th string 4th fret, pinky finger to the 4th string 4th fret. So F sharp minor to an E chord. We just talked about an E chord a second ago. Then an A chord, like the A chord from the very first chord of the song, to a D chord, which would be the D chord from the kind of middle part of the song that we learned. Then back to an F sharp minor, back to an E, back to an A, and then a C sharp minor would be what this ends on. So here's the picking pattern that's taking place. And I'm really not even making these inside of chords. I'm just kind of by each finger picking this out or plucking this out. But 6th string, 2 fret, 5 string, 4 fret, 3 string, 2 fret. So, and then inside of an E chord is where this next pattern's coming. You don't actually have to flesh out the E chord if you don't want to, but an open 6th string, the 5th string 2nd fret, and then the 3rd string 1st fret. So, then you'll go in the A chord, just the open 5 string and the fretted 3 string 2nd fret. And then in the D chord, first finger on the 5 string 5 fret, ring finger on the 4 string 7 fret, pinky finger on the 3 string 7 fret. Go 5, 4, 3, and then it will repeat. And then the second time through, it goes in the C sharp minor. So the C sharp minor, I've got my first finger on the 4 string. Not 4 string, I've got my first finger on the 5 string, 4 fret. Second finger, or I'm sorry, 3rd finger, my ring finger is on the 4 string, 6 fret, and my pinky finger is on the 3 string, 6 fret. And that's the last part of the song to learn before it goes back into this part we already talked about. So those are the chords and the movements and the progressions to Introspective by Oliver Tree. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.